What did it look like to build your wedding photography business?
So in the early days of being self-employed, I was a fashion photographer. So for the first 4 years, I did fashion, and that was I don't want to say easy, but because I was already in the fashion industry, I'd made lots and lots of contacts. So I started at ASOS when they had one studio running 2 or 3 days a week. Fast forward 2 years later, they were opening their sixth studio running 6 or 7 days a week. And the growth within the company over those 2 years that I was there was absolutely huge. Like most Fridays, we would stop early and have champagne because they were celebrating some milestone. And because of that, because of the growth, because the business grew so quickly, everybody who was starting in the company came through the photography studios to get their headshots for their passes. So I did all those headshots in the studio. So I got to know everybody and make lots of connections. So when I did finally go self-employed, I did have that bank of, I suppose, actually Facebook did exist then. Yes, because I messaged people on Facebook and said, I'm going self-employed if you need a photographer. And because ASOS had grown so quickly, it meant that people were getting headhunted from ASOS. So by the time I came to leave Figleaves, so I left ASOS, started at Figleaves and was there for a year. By the time I left Figleaves, a lot of the people that I had met at ASOS had also left. So I just messaged them, maybe on LinkedIn, but I think probably Facebook, and just messaged them and said, I'm self-employed now if you need a photographer. And that actually got me a bit of a foot in the door with a lot of companies. I shot for Tesco. I've shot for, lots and lots of the different fashion companies out there. There's Net-a-Porter. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. I have not thought about that for a very long time. But essentially, I already had those contacts there. And I think that comes down to just being a kind person. I help these people who are new in their jobs get great photos, feel comfortable and look great in their photos, as well as being welcoming and friendly. And, I think that's kind of testament to what I've built. It's just by being myself and by being kind, and people remember you. So I was getting booked through people that I had met at both Figleaves and at ASOS. And then those same connections, then those people started to get engaged and they started to get married. So the first number of weddings I was doing alongside being a fashion photographer for my fashion contacts, until I think I did that for about 4 or 5 years, until it got to a point where I found it really hard to juggle both businesses because they were very different tones of voice, very different client bases. And I was not marketing at all because I didn't understand marketing back then. My marketing strategy was have a website and then message people that I know. That was literally it.
But it worked at the time,
It
so
worked.
That's fine.
It worked at the time, yeah. So then the fashion photography kind of led into doing wedding photography. And like I say, that's a lot of the early weddings were people that I knew. And also because I'd been an established fashion photographer, I was getting my work featured on Rock and Roll Bride, on Love My Dress, on Rock My Wedding. So that was doing the marketing for me. And that was really a big marketing strategy in the early days, was getting my work featured on those blogs.
Those blogs were everything. I remember it very, very well. It's like as soon as you edit a wedding, you package it all off and send it to all of these places. But it worked because Google was, the competition was not what it is today. And Google was, I don't know, something about it. It was much simpler. You could literally blog something with the right keywords and get an inquiry for that exact thing the following month.
Life was simpler then, Victoria, wasn't it? Social media for sure.
Yeah, on the whole, yes. Yeah, they were the glory days.